There's no better way to wake up on a Highlands holiday than with a warm breakfast sandwich. We're using Cameron's eggs from the local farm, located down a lane about 3 minutes away. Today, Alex had to go back home with Bertie, so me and my parents have planned a long tour of the Flow Country, with the highlight being Forsinard RSPB Nature Reserve. If you've never heard of this place, it's well worth the trip in a car or camper van. Not only are there scenic views around every turn of the road, but the site is protected for conservation, and it was like nothing I'd ever seen before, almost like I was on an alien planet. The Flow Country is a vast area of bogland peat in Caithness and Sutherland. It's the largest blanket bog in the whole of Europe and covers about 4,000 kilometres squared, that's 1,500 square miles. It's an area of deep peat dotted with bog pools, and it's very important for habitat and wildlife, as well as climate change mitigation. As peat is largely made up of the remains of plants, which are themselves made up of carbon, it locks up a large amount of carbon for thousands of years. This carbon would otherwise be released into the atmosphere and contribute to global warming. The Flow Country has been awarded World Heritage status by UNESCO. The bogland here is extremely flat and exposed, which is why the wind whips around you, even on a sunny day. This was the most beautiful and bizarre place I have ever visited. At first, when you looked into the pools of water, they all seemed pretty similar, but when you crouched down to see below the waterline, there was a wide variety of tiny plants and organisms. I even saw a dragonfly. The natural stone paths blended into the bog so that from the viewing tower they were camouflaged. You could honestly spend hours here wandering around the little areas and enjoying the abundance of wildlife. We chose to take the scenic route back to the coast, heading down the A897, past Little Loch Lucy and Loch an Ruth there, passing through tiny farming hamlets like Kildonan, where we stopped to marvel at a beautiful stretch of water by the roadside. In fact, the whole drive from Forsinard to Helmsdale was magical in the afternoon sunlight. It's a bit nice here, isn't it? is a village on the east coast of Sutherland, although it sounds like something from the Yorkshire Dales. Unfortunately, the remains of Helmsdale Castle were demolished in the 1970s in order to build the new A9 road bridge. Two tributaries of the river were the scene of a mini gold rush in 1869. The local history of Kildonan's gold started in 1818 when a single nugget of gold was found near the Swiskill and Kildonan burns. The weather had suddenly turned really chilly and misty in the harbour. We didn't have much time to explore the village, so we just took a short walk along the seafront, then continued our drive on, back to the next county of Caithness, our cottage and a nice warm cup of tea.
Who said that? It's titty bonkers.
I said it is pretty. I've got that on camera as well. Titty bonkers.